HarperCollins presents Her Last Betrayal by Pam Lecky, read by Melanie Machugh. Chapter 1. 19th of December, 1941. The Entertainment Hall, Hursley Park. The Hursley Players' production of Hay Fever received a standing ovation. From the wings, Sarah Gillespie and her fellow backstage assistant Vera Taylor watched the cast taking their bows. It was Friday night and the last performance. Thankfully, the play had gone off with very few hitches, to the relief of all, after a less than satisfactory opening night earlier in the week. Sarah nudged Vera and flicked a glance at Richard, the director, who was pacing up and down the corridor to the side of their makeshift stage, muttering under his breath. "I don't think he's happy," she whispered. Vera snorted. "He never is. But do you think Mr. Coward would approve of that performance?" "Let's not push our luck," Sarah replied with a grin. But to be fair, they did far better than I'd hoped after Wednesday's fiasco. Yes, though how Sylvia forgot her line again, I'll never know. She only had one. Richard appeared beside them, hands stuck in his pockets and a scowl on his face, which did not bode well. "I could wring her stupid neck, bloody amateur." Vera and Sarah shared an amused glance. Richard sported rather grand ideas about his abilities and those of his actors. "It was just nerves, Richard," Sarah said to him, but his only answer was a grunt before he slouched off to resume his pacing. "My God, you'd think we were on the West End the way he behaves," Vera said with a roll of her eyes. "I've had enough of the histrionics. I don't know about you, but I need a drink." "I'll second that," Sarah replied, watching her cousin Martin take yet another bow. He was lapping it all up, but he deserved it. Martin had outshone the rest of the cast, in her opinion. She could see Uncle Tom and Aunt Alice in the front row, her aunt beaming up at Martin. Vera linked Sarah's arm. "Let us await the thespians in the changing room. They will, of course, be full of themselves, but I suppose that is the lot of us lowly backstage slaves. We do all the hard work, but get little credit." "Yes, but at least our names appeared on the programme," Sarah replied. Vera sniffed. "Yes, at the bottom of the last page." "I guess our dreams of Hollywood must wait." "Speaking of travel, I hear you're off to London soon. I'll miss you," Vera said with a wave of her hand. "This has been fun." "Yep, I leave straight after Christmas. But I don't intend being away too long, Vera. Hopefully only a few weeks." "But you will miss the auditions for our next spectacular. Martin told me how disappointed you were not to be on stage for this one." "It can't be helped," Sarah said with a shrug as they entered the dressing room. There was the small matter of finding her renegade father for MI5, but that wasn't something she could share with Vera or even her family. Only her manager and supermarine, Miss Whittaker, a fellow MI5 agent, knew about her upcoming mission. Sarah knew her aunt and uncle would try to talk her out of it if she were to tell them what a dangerous path lay ahead. To them, Jim Gillespie was dead, supposedly killed by the same bomb that had killed Sarah's sister Maura and destroyed their home. It was best they believed that to be true. Only Sarah knew what had really happened, that Jim was alive and well, heading up an IRA cell in England and collaborating with fifth columnists. She could not bear to think of her father escaping justice. He had questions to answer, to the authorities and to her. Ever since Colonel Everly, the head of MI5, had first told her the truth about her father, her mind had been in turmoil. With her grief for her sister Maura still raw, to learn
Sample complete. Ready to continue?